Ever wonder where your delicious, sustainable seafood comes from? Get ready to dive into the world of aquaculture. We're raising the future of fish.
So you've been asking about aquaculture rearing technicians, and let me tell you, it's not just about feeding fish. It's about ensuring their environment is perfect, almost like being a fish detective.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. With wild fish stocks, facing pressure these days, aquaculture rearing technicians are becoming increasingly vital in ensuring we have a sustainable source of seafood.
Okay, so paint a picture for us. What does a typical day look like for an aquaculture rearing technician?
Imagine yourself in a bustling hatchery, surrounded by tanks teeming with life. Your day might start by meticulously checking the water quality.
We're talking temperature, oxygen levels, pH. Everything has to be just right for the specific species being raised.
It's about creating the perfect underwater environment for these fish to thrive.
Wow, so you really are like a fish detective, making sure their environment is perfect. But it's not just about water quality, right? I bet feeding time gets pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
Providing the right nutrition at each stage of a fish's life cycle is crucial. This means selecting the appropriate feed, calculating the right amounts.
And ensuring it's distributed evenly to avoid competition and promote healthy growth.
It's like a carefully choreographed underwater ballet, making sure everyone gets their fair share. And I imagine there's also a constant lookout for any signs of illness.
Precisely.
Early disease detection is critical. You would be trained to spot any unusual behavior or visual signs of illness.
This allows for prompt treatment and protection of the rest of the fish.
So being highly observant is key. It sounds like a lot of responsibility, ensuring these fish not only survive, but actually thrive. What you're describing reminds me of a nursery, but for fish.
What a great analogy.
And just like in a nursery, there's a whole science behind raising healthy kids.
A big part of that is selecting the right parents, or in aquaculture, we call them broodstock.
Rootstock. Sounds like a rock band, right?
Okay, seriously though, what's so special about this broodstock selection?
It all boils down to desirable traits. Just like breeding dogs for specific qualities, in aquaculture, we select broodstock for fast growth, disease resistance, and even better taste.
So you're choosing the strongest, fastest growing fish to be the parents, making sure those awesome genes are passed down. That's incredible.
Exactly. And once we have our prize-winning broodstock, we need to ensure they reproduce successfully, which brings us to spawning and fertilization.
Okay, so how does that work in a controlled environment? I'm picturing something a little more high-tech than them just bumping into each other.
You're right about that. We carefully recreate the ideal breeding conditions to encourage the fish to reproduce naturally.
Fascinating. It's amazing how science can carefully orchestrate these natural processes. But it doesn't end there, does it? What happens after fertilization?
That's when we enter the world of larval rearing. And trust me, it's a delicate dance. Those tiny, newly hatched larvae are incredibly fragile and require specialized care.
They need a meticulously controlled environment, and initially, they are often fed live food like zooplankton to ensure optimal survival rates.
It's a critical stage in their development.
I can only imagine. You're basically a fish midwife, nurturing them from those earliest stages. It all seems incredibly detail-oriented, making sure every stage of their development is supported. This definitely sounds like a career for people who are fascinated by science and passionate about the future of food.
It's like you're giving these tiny fish the best possible start in life. It makes me wonder, what kind of background or skills would someone need to excel in this field? Do you need to be a marine biologist to become an aquaculture rearing technician?
Well, a specific degree isn't always mandatory.
Having a background in biology, aquaculture, marine science, or a related field can definitely give you a head start. But,
Even more important than formal education are the specific skills that are crucial for success in this role.
all right, give us the inside scoop. What are those must-have skills?
Well, first and foremost, you need a solid understanding of aquaculture rearing techniques and best practices.
This encompasses everything we've discussed so far, from water quality management and feeding strategies to disease prevention, broodstock selection, and spawning techniques.
So it's about diving deep into the world of fish, understanding their needs at every stage.
Precisely. And you also need a keen eye for detail, strong observational skills.
The ability to spot even the slightest changes in the behavior or appearance of the fish under your care. Remember, early disease detection is paramount.
It's like being a fish whisperer, noticing those subtle cues that something might be off. That's amazing.
I like that analogy.
And because you'll be collecting data on growth rates, water parameters, and other important factors,
Mhm.
strong data collection and record-keeping skills are essential.
So it's not just about being hands-on with the fish, but also about being data-driven and analytical. It's a fascinating blend of science and practical skills.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the importance of teamwork and communication.
You'll be working closely with other technicians, hatchery managers, and potentially even researchers.
Being able to effectively communicate your observations, share knowledge, and collaborate on solutions is essential in this field.
It takes a village to raise a fish, or in this case, a whole team of dedicated individuals.
That's a great way to put it. And since you'll be working with specialized equipment,
Having some mechanical aptitude and troubleshooting skills can also come in handy.
that makes a lot of sense. You need to be able to keep those tanks running smoothly. So it's a multifaceted role, combining a passion for science with practical skills and even a bit of problem solving. But where can this role take you in the future? What are the career progression opportunities for an aquaculture rearing technician?
The possibilities are incredibly exciting, with experience and perhaps some additional training.
You could advance to become a hatchery manager, overseeing the entire operation.
That sounds like a fantastic opportunity to take on more responsibility and leadership within the field.
It is, and if research is something you're passionate about,
You could specialize in a particular area, aquaculture, contributing to the growing body of knowledge in the field.
and potentially even working on developing new and innovative techniques.
Wow, to be at the forefront of innovation in such a vital field. Talk about making a real difference. What other career paths are there?
Don't forget about the entrepreneurial route. Some aquaculture rearing technicians with the right experience and business acumen,
Go on to establish their own aquaculture ventures.
from technician to CEO of your own fish farm. That's quite a journey,
It is.
and it highlights the diverse range of opportunities available in this growing field.
Speaking of opportunities, I know we have listeners out there who might be thinking, this sounds amazing. How do I actually land a job as an aquaculture rearing technician? And that's where our sponsor for this deep dive comes in RoleCatcher.
Absolutely. RoleCatcher can be an invaluable resource for anyone interested in pursuing a career in aquaculture.
Okay, so for those who haven't heard of them, how can RoleCatcher help someone land their dream job in this field?
Well, for starters, they have a fantastic database of practice interview questions.
Specifically tailored to various roles, including aquaculture rearing technician.
So if you're prepping for an interview, you can get a feel for the types of questions you might be asked and practice your answers beforehand.
I've seen those practice interview guides on their website. They're incredibly detailed, providing not just the questions, but also the reasoning behind them.
And what interviewers are really looking for in your responses. It's like having a secret weapon for your interview prep.
Exactly. And what's even more impressive are their AI-powered tools.
Imagine having your CV or resume analyzed by AI.
To see how well it aligns with the specific requirements of the aquaculture rearing technician jobs you're interested in.
That's incredible. So it's not just about having a good CV. It's about having a CV that's a perfect match for that dream job. AI to the rescue.
I've also heard they can even help you tailor your application responses.
That's right. Their AI tools can help you identify the key skills and experiences that employers are looking for.
And ensure your applications highlight the most relevant aspects of your background. It's all about giving you that competitive edge in what can be a competitive job market.
It makes sense. So if you're listening to this, intrigued by the world of aquaculture and thinking this could be the career for me, RoleCatcher seems like a great place to start exploring those possibilities.
Absolutely. They have a wealth of resources, from career guides to interview prep tools.
That can help you navigate the path towards a fulfilling career in this exciting and rapidly growing field.
It's fantastic to see a company like RoleCatcher supporting individuals as they embark on a career path that not only benefits them, but also contributes to a more sustainable future for seafood.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay, so we've talked about what aquaculture rearing technicians do, the skills they need, the career paths available, and how RoleCatcher can help with the job hunt. But now I'm curious about the future of this field. With technology advancing at an incredible pace, how do you see the role of an aquaculture rearing technician evolving? Will we one day have robot fish farmers?
Robot fish farmers, now that's an image. But seriously, what kind of technological advancements do you see impacting the future of aquaculture?
It's a really exciting time for innovation in this field. While I don't foresee robots taking over entirely, at least not anytime soon, I do believe technology will play an increasingly important role in how we raise fish.
Okay, so paint a picture for us. What does the future of fish farming look like?
Um, Imagine underwater drones.
Equipped with sensors, constantly monitoring water quality in real time.
They could instantly send alerts if any parameters are off, allowing technicians to address issues before they become major problems.
It's like having an underwater security system for the fish, making sure their environment is always optimal. What else?
We're also seeing incredible advancements in AI and image recognition,
Picture AI-powered systems that can analyze video footage of fish.
detecting subtle signs of disease even before they're visible to the human eye.
Wow, so it's like having an AI fish doctor on hand 204/7, keeping a watchful eye on the health of the entire population. That's incredible.
It is, and it's not just about monitoring and detection.
Robotics could also play a bigger role in assisting with tasks like cleaning tanks or even harvesting fish.
Making the work safer and more efficient for technicians.
So instead of replacing humans, technology will actually augment their abilities, freeing them up to focus on more specialized tasks and problem solving.
That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. It's about humans and technology working together to create a more sustainable and efficient future for aquaculture.
I love that vision. So instead of worrying about robots taking over, we should be excited about the ways technology can enhance this already vital field, making it even more impactful and ensuring we can feed a growing population with healthy, sustainable seafood.
Precisely. And that brings us back to the importance of skilled aquaculture rearing technicians.
They'll continue to be the heart of this industry, ensuring we're raising fish responsibly and ethically while embracing technology to improve efficiency and sustainability. It's a career with a big future, and it's not just about the fish. It's about the health of our planet, our food systems, and finding innovative solutions to global challenges.
I couldn't agree more.
You know, as we've been discussing all this incredible technology, it's got me thinking, could we see a future where something like home aquaculture becomes more common?
Now that's an intriguing thought.
Imagine having a small, self-sustaining aquaculture system in your own home, providing fresh, sustainably raised fish for your family, like a high-tech aquarium that's also a mini fish farm. Talk about taking sustainable living to a whole new level.
It's a fascinating concept. And who knows, maybe someday some of these techniques and technologies we've discussed today will be commonplace in homes around the world.
It's a delicious vision of the future. It's been so fascinating to take this deep dive into the world of aquaculture and explore the crucial role that aquaculture rearing technicians play. We've covered a lot of ground, from the day-to-day tasks to the cutting-edge technology shaping the future of the field.
We've also highlighted the diverse range of skills needed, the exciting career paths available, and how RoleCatcher can provide invaluable support for those looking to dive into this rewarding career.
Absolutely. A huge thank you to RoleCatcher for sponsoring this episode and for their dedication to helping people find fulfilling careers in sustainable industries. And to our listeners, if you're feeling inspired by what you've heard today, don't hesitate to explore the world of aquaculture further. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one pioneering the next big innovation in fish farming. That's a wrap on another deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those curious questions.
And remember, the future of sustainable seafood is in our hands.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.